talking about the pandemic, I have another video here that I forgot that I needed to show you all. And I didn't set it up right, so I'm preparing it as we speak, but this is an important video as well. That is the wrong way to do it, but I'm going to get it right like I just did there. Check this one out, and then lo tomaremos en el otro lado. Aquí tienes, amigos míos.
How is it that we got to this point where the numbers are what they are? This thing, we've talked about it a million times, how the pandemic became a culture war. But the numbers, you have a poll number here, party identification among unvaccinated Americans. This is from the Kaiser Family Foundation in October. Republicans, 60%. Democrats, 17%. Independents, 17%. I just, it's now almost 2 years. Just tell me the story. Why is your party so resistant to following the science?
Okay, well, thanks, John. I'm actually not a member of either of our nation's two parties. I am registered as an independent.
Wow,
and have been for most of my life. But I will say that it was clear from last spring or into the winter and spring of 2021 that this was a bipartisan problem. And it's true that the actual rates of vaccination have gone up among Democrats, and they've gone down. I mean, they have stayed stubbornly the same among Republicans, improving a little on the margins. But it is a serious problem because of misinformation. It's hard to say that this is going to get any better. The administration came to power and worked very effectively on the distribution of vaccines and did very quietly attempt with a lot of time and energy and resources to get to the community of the unvaccinated through pastors and local press and community leaders. And they try to do it quietly, not from the White House Rose Garden or the press briefing room, but to have people in their own communities try to reach the unvaccinated. And it was, again, successful on the margins, but not in a material way. And so we're looking at a community of people that have lost people in their community. They've lost relatives. They've lost radio talk show hosts. They've lost ministers. They know this virus kills them, and they refuse to get vaccinated. At this point, it's very hard to say that trying to educate the public on vaccines and the benefit of them is going to help us with regards to Omicron. And it's terrible what this does. People who choose to let themselves get sick or their family and communities get sick and to die of this virus impact everyone, of course. And therein lies the problem. How do you spare the cancer patient, the stroke patient, someone giving birth to a baby with these overrun hospitals with people who are willing to get this virus?
And that's a real question, right? With a whole bunch of irresponsible people running around, them holding the resources of the hospital that could hurt people who are getting a heart attack, a stroke, or whatever because of the lack of beds, the lack of support. How do you handle that? I think, I have to be frank here, this part I think needs to be fairly macabre. I think you have to, when somebody comes in, are you vaccinated or not? And I think you have to have cues for the vaccinated and cues for the unvaccinated. It's going to run into some moral problems because people are going to say, what about the guy who drove drunk and got into an accident? Should he go into a different queue? There are going to be a lot of issues like that. But I would say this is a special situation, in my humble opinion, that needs mitigation. I think this is an important one. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.